we have the blue Elven player Sauron from Canada versus the green Ingmar player Zirael from Russia. Game numero uno, best of 7 semi-finals World Championship 2022, the first semi-finals. And there is going to be one more to determine the finalists of the finals of the winner bracket. Again, it's a double elimination tournament. It means even if you lose, you are not out. You can still have a redemption act. You can still work your way up to the grand finals. We have seen this in the past many times. People in the winner bracket losing. For example, in the last tournament we had, Abe was losing against BFME. He got kicked down to lose his bracket, but then worked his way up to the grand finals again against BFME, and this time he was able to win. So we have seen this in the past, because these people, they can win and lose against each other, which makes it quite interesting and also very entertaining. 2 Malone trees, barracks into the 3rd Malone tree. We have 2 mills, Hall of the Kingsman into the 3rd mill. The build order from the Ingmar player Zirael. Okay, beautiful. So Trailmaster and Lorien, no, it's gonna be Mifflont Sentries. Okay, so what is the plan? I mean, the plan is to creep. When you start with pikemen, you wanna, essentially creep, and your opponent will actually maybe also creep, or will he go forward? He was gonna actually go for an attack. The Gundabad Warriors. Barracks number 2. I mean, that's the thing about the Elven faction, right? Elven faction is pretty much like straightforward playstyle. You don't even need to go for the stable. You can do that all with infantry, and your barracks is giving you all the units you need, from normal archers, swordmen, pikemen, to elite and elite archers. All of that from one single building. Pretty much the same situation for the Ingmar faction with the Hall of the Kingsman, because that's only gonna be the one building you would ever need to win your games. You don't need your other production buildings. Maybe you will need the Wolf Den, but only to have the option to turn them into the Wolf Riders. Oh. But why another pikeman? That's a very... I guess an archer here, okay. I think he was wondering if they will be turning into the Wolf Riders. That's why pikeman, to protect the archers. And you can see archers are bullying those Gundabad orcs hardcore. And you can also use bombard ability to be able to shoot over the building, right? But he's not gonna do this. In the meantime, Sauron is creeping the troll layer, and Zirael is creeping the work layer. Wolf Den is finished. And that's the power of Ingmar. Ingmar early game presence is very strong because of the insane fast transition into the Wolf Den. So basically now you can turn this Trailmaster into any unit you want. You can turn them into extrovers, pikemen, swordmen, and even horses, which gives you, of course, the diversity potential to counter everything that your opponent will come up with. And especially your wolf packs, they are so good when it comes to kill the enemy pikemen. So the only weapon the Elven player will need are archers. So spam them like crazy and then recruit pikemen to protect them. That's all you need to do. Your archer army will eventually outdamage any other army. And what you want to do is you want to target with the archers the enemy wolf packs, so the counter to the pikemen. And once you do that, there is not enough DPS to kill the pikemen in the front. It means the wolf riders can never engage you. The orcs, they will need ages to kill the porcupine formation pikemen. And with a bit micro, you can keep your archers alive. And as long as they are alive, you will always win the skirmishes. Creep number 2 for both the players. And Sauron is even creeping the 3rd layer on the map, Forts of Isen. And he will also recruit some peasants from the Shire, from Edoras. Edoras peasants. They are looking so weak. They have not even draft. But you can give them the Rohirrim shields, so they get a bit more tankiness. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you how much increased armor you will get. It only tells you slightly reduces the amount of damage taken, which is not a valuable information. So you can't really tell if it's worth it or not. It's only 50, so I'm assuming it's not going to be a huge reduction of damage, but a little bit percentage could be nice. Like you get 10%, 20%, 50%. These informations could be nice. The mill is going to be destroyed. War chant, but you see the placement around the fortress, pikemen in the front. It's hard to commit to this, and you can't ignore this either. When you ignore this to just kill one Malone tree, you will lose the majority of your army, and that's not what you are looking for, because that's what the Elven player is trying to achieve. He's trying to get an army advantage and then just push you with a huge army of pikemen archers and camp in front of your production buildings. So the last thing you want is the Elven army being here on the spot and shooting whatever comes out of your production buildings the second they enter the battlefield. Beautiful trample into the backline. The Wolf Riders are looking to trample too, but Sauron is paying attention. Beautiful micro. The Wolf Packs, you can see they are trying to make it to the pikemen, but they get bullied instantly by the archers. There are just too many archers, too much damage output. They will kill you before you can kill them. And huge W in the fight, in the first big fight of the game number 1. Elves are coming ahead. But Zirael is doing a good job expanding. Like, again, I think from what I've seen in this beta so far, you know, spamming resource buildings is quite rewarding because you get faster and more money. So yeah, even if you lose them, it's worth it. You want to have like one builder doing nothing but building mill, pretty much non-stop. Okay, so Elven player is preparing for a big push. Stable level 1 is getting also more lancers. The well is coming up for the recovery. And that's the advantage of the good factions over the evil factions. The mill won't hit level 2, I believe. Peasants, they should be able to finish this. Yes. And Elven player, Sauron is looking extremely strong in the game number 1. But the beautiful part about this format in this World Championship is to determine if it's about the matchup or if it's about the player. That's why in the game number 2 we're gonna have the same matchup. But Sauron has to swap to Ingmar, and Zirael will get the chance to play elves. I think elves are very, very strong. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but I think maybe because of their easy playstyle, they are way more rewarding and also not punishing when you make mistakes. Because with an easy playstyle, you can't make that many mistakes. What you gonna do? You wanna make archers, pikemen, that's all you have to do to win those trades. And other factions need to do so much more for a win. The cavalry is not very strong anymore, their harassment is not very good, they don't get too much EXP for killing buildings. So this, for example, a Gondor Knight needs to kill like 4 Malon trees to get to level 2, while a Swordman can get to level 2 from destroying only 1. So there are so many things which are favoring the basic playstyle of the game. The more advanced playstyle is not being favored or rewarded that much. 12 power points in the bank after the rallying call. 725 command points, dropping down to 675 now. 650 command points for Ingmar player Zirael, but he needs to find his transition into something stronger very, very soon. Level 1, level 1, level 1, that's not what you are looking for. With only basic tier 1 spam of units, you can't overcome the Elven army strength with the archer spam. So what you need are Black Numenorians, what you need are Dark Rangers, what you need is the Wombo combo with the Fellwind Longshot, and you want to get to this point ASAP. You don't want to give elves too much time, you know? Maybe heroes like Voldor could be nice to get a bit more resources, a bit more leadership. Maybe Morgomir could be nice to get advantage with the debuff. Maybe even Rogash could be amazing, but of course all of that stuff is quite expensive and money is not an option right now for Zirael as he is kind of broke, he is poor. I don't know yet, my friend. I don't think so, though. I don't want to just say anything, and then I don't want you to wait for it, because it's not scheduled. So if there is going to be anything, it's going to be spontaneous, but we have no BFME1 tournament matches scheduled for today. We have a lot of games tomorrow, but not today. Okay, so big fight in the middle. You see the placement of the Lancers. They are kind of blocking, body blocking. PowerPoint wise, we have 15 PowerPoint. He might go for the Elven Wood. He might go for the Mist. He's gonna go for the Mist, which will lead you later on to the Eagles. Eagles, in my opinion, are better in almost every situation compared to the Ents. And also the Elven player has a lot of money. Holy moly, a lot of money. He went for Haldir. This is the go-to hero. I mean, again, a very cheap hero that offers you everything you would ever need. That is gonna be an Orc summon on top of the enemy units. And with this, I believe the Ingmar player should be able to win this fight. Cav can't engage, there are too many pikemen. There comes Voldor for the sport, but remember he doesn't give leadership to the swordmen, only to the pikemen and to the extroverts, but the swordmen don't benefit from Voldor's leadership. What happened to the Lancers? I'm wondering what happened to them. They disappeared. Huh? How did he lose the Lancers there? I'm kinda unsure. They just disappeared from the screen. Haldir level 1. Pikes? Okay, I didn't see that. I think they got insta-killed in this case. Alright, so it's 9 power points. So basically Sauron actually has a lot of power points collected. He's very close to get to the Eagles, and there is nothing the Ingmar player can do about the Eagles when they're gonna happen in the next 2-3 minutes. I think Ingmar will lose legit everything. He is far away from getting to the Rangers. He needs to still get them to level 2 first before he can go for Rangers. So the Eagles can not only kill a lot of, destroy a lot of structures, but also kill all your army. This army can't do anything. And he's getting very close, surprisingly close. So basically there is more than 5 power point differential between these two players. You see the placement, camper playstyle is being rewarded also with the Elven player. He went even for the Lindens for even more DPS. And that's the reason why tier 1 units won't achieve anything anymore. What can they do? Before they can reach out to this archer army, they will get slaughtered. So you need something stronger. Morgomir? Maybe. But I think Morgomir doesn't have the damage output to kill the enemy units fast. So the best hero would be definitely Rogash or Witch King. Of course, Witch King is just too expensive. We need 5k for that, and I don't think Ingmar can get to 5k anytime soon. Voldor's level is only level 1. Level 3 is required for the pillage. But it's hard to get levels too, right? The only way you can get levels is when he fights you in a melee range. But you can't really catch up to the enemy units. You are too slow for this. I think one of the Elven strength is the mobility advantage. They are too fast. The Elven heroes are too fast too. How we want to catch up to them? I did level 2. Leveling up this dude to level 5 is not a big challenge, because that's gonna be... You don't even need to pay attention to that, because he can level up passively. Just place him next to the archers and you should be good to go. It's a respectable army of X-Drovers and Pikemen. But again, quantity doesn't really mean too much. Quality beats quantity. You will see what I'm talking about very soon. No debuff, no leadership can be negated. And you can see most of them getting slaughtered before they can make it to them. There comes the Felwind. Unfortunately, this dude doesn't have splash damage. He needs to be level 2 for the debuff, for the Dread Visage, but this one doesn't even nullify enemy leadership bonuses. Elven player will give up this area, demolish everything to deny power points and experience from his opponent. 860 command points available, his command points kept, but it also means he will be unwillingly save money for something stronger. Eventually, Legolas could be nice, maybe a giant eagle could be nice from the fortress for map controlling effect, and also forcing your opponent to be clumped in a region to... Oh, beautiful trample. Oh, big punish. Oh my, he's gonna lose everything here. He's gonna also lose his hero. There is no way Morgomir can make it out. Maybe? Yeah, he can make it out because these are only horse archers, no horses. So Morgomir is gonna run for his life. 18 power points. He has enough power points for the giant eagle. Ingmar is up to 4 power points after the Felwind, Warchen and Orc summon. So when we count this together, 5, 10, 20, 24, 5, 15, 24, 34, 10 power point advantage, 10 power points. That's actually massive. Level 2, level almost 4. It's gonna get very, very strong very, very soon. Morgomir, still only level 1. Not that easy to level up melee heroes without shooting. Level 3 mil, but can you protect this? The only thing about this army is it's not very good for sieging, but it's okay because he doesn't need that. He has eagles. But he went for the Cloudbreak. But why for the Cloudbreak? I think it makes no sense. Why would you go for Cloudbreak? Because there is no army you need to kill with the Cloudbreak. Like, I would say the only reason why you would ever go for Cloudbreak is when your opponent has a very strong army you can kill otherwise besides stunning them. I think Eagles would have been a much, much better choice. Not only to deal heavy economical damage, but also destroy this Hall of the Kingsman. Even the fortress you can destroy. Morgomir level 2. The mill. Elves are just too strong, man. That's kind of crazy. Because Zirael is a good player, right? It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, I was able to see this guy playing for a long time. Also a lot of games against Mrs. Monkey. But elves, they seem... the army of elves is just too strong. This archer spam is just too effective. And can you imagine? He has Cloudbreak before his opponent has not even 10 power points in the bank. Voldor, what can... Oh, he has the Witch King though! Okay! Dude, Cloud Break is so useless now. Cloud Break, what can Cloud Break do against Witch King? Boom, splash, son. Boom, splash him, boom, splash, son. One more time, splash on his face. Witch King, one pikeman only. Witch King is too tanky. He has the debuff now. That's a very strong debuff, by the way, guys. That's a huge debuff. And one of the most tankiest heroes in the game. 6,600 HP on your face. But look at the minimap, dude. I mean, Witch King is strong, but can he solo win the game? I don't think he can. Because get like 3-4 pikemen and he cannot play the game anymore. But debuff effect is looking very nice, man. Yes, even the Silverton arrows, guys. That's how rich he is. Level 3 Forge, heavy armor incoming. It's not fun to play against elves when they have the Silverton arrows. Nothing is more annoying than a horse archer army with the Silverton arrows, because they are mobile and hitting like a truck too. And he's getting bullied a bit by the pikeman. Level 4 almost can unlock the Morgul Corruption. Boom. Elves come to his aid. I mean, here's the Ingmar hero party. Haldir! There comes the heal. Oh, Silverton arrows. What can Snow Trolls do against that? But look at the power points, dude. I mean, the Cloud Break was a big troll. Look, this Morgomir is trying to make it to Haldir. They are trying to sandwich him. But Volder is already very low. And Haldir is sprinting, dude. What is this movement speed? Why you need cavalry when you are... What is this movement speed, boys? Like, from what I'm not sure about the exact number, but this dude looks like 4 times faster than Aragorn. At least. Oh, Witch King, no. Imagine Witch King, don't. Not even close, baby. Calculated 0 HP, but I believe this dude needs like an hour to regenerate his HP to full. 14 power points, 1000 command points against 625. Ingmar went for the giants from the spellbook. Imagine a turnaround now with the giants and Witch King. You go for a sneaky giant summon and focus on the fortress. It's elves, no dwarves, no man, no rebuild. It means if you, I mean, the thing is, if you destroy the fortress, it's not gonna win you the game, right? It's not gonna get you the W instantly, but it's gonna give you a lot of time. Because that means during this time your opponent can't really, use power points anymore. He has to save up for 5,000, which you don't. So it will, of course, give you a huge advantage, but not an insta-win. The problem is, elves have 1,000 command points, so he has like a lot of resource income. Many level 3 Malon trees. And, lots of resource income, pretty much. Nice ambush here. Witch King still not recovered. Of course, needs a long time to be recovered. There comes the hit. The Fury is kind of, it's kind of meh. Because you need to be level 6 for the Screech, are you kidding me? That's like, they should be level 1 ability in my opinion. Because it's not very strong to have it unlocked with level 6. The Rammer has Roar ability, which is pretty much the same thing like this one, with level 1. 15 power points, almost. 5 power points for Ingmar. Felwind is on cooldown. Felwind, Witch King can also be a nice wombo combo, because Witch King also deals splash damage. Level 5 Haldir leadership is unlocked. Pikeman army to protect the archers with heavy armor. They're gonna be also tanky. We have Tanduil on the field now, okay. Level 1 only. I don't think he can fight Witch King, because if Witch King uses Morgul Corruption on him, he's gonna die. But you can see the siege potential is still very questionable, and this is even more questionable. I think that's a horrible building and a horrible choice against elves, because the elves can kill them before they can use any spell. Remember, they are working very strange, so they are pretty much sacrificing themselves. Oh, Eagle Summon has been used to kill the army, yeah. Silverton arrows coming in clutch. Mirkwoods with Silverton arrow next to the statue is not something you want to fight against. You can see the pull-up. Like, you can see the DPS is kind of nutty. Witch King is super low. The Eagles can actually target him. Oh, there comes the Felwind. He's looking for a wombo combo, but doesn't get the chance to hit. This is going to be useless too, because they are fighting around the statue. The fear is going to be negated. He was trying to use it, but he couldn't. The Giant Summon is a very desperate move, the last attempt, because the Eagle going to be able to finish these Giants anyway. They are going for the Fortress too. Just like the one-shot, one opportunity, but you can see Eagle is not even needed. The Silverton arrows literally one-shotting those giants. They will not be able to attack one more time. And yeah, the fortress is perfectly safe. The giants are gone. Witch King is dead. And that's going to be the end of this game. Numero uno. GG is gonna be called by Zirael. What a game, dude. What a performance from the Elven player. He made it look so easy. 1-0 for Sauron from Canada. We have the green Elven player Zirael versus the blue Angmar player Mr. Sauron VIP. 2 males, 2 Malone trees. Okay, so what is the plan? We have seen in the previous game from the Angmar player Zirael that he was sticking up to the tier 1 units all the time. He was never bothering to get to Black Gumanorians or to Rangers. Pretty much spamming non-stop Trollmaster, and he was getting outclassed big time by the enemy archer spam. So I think you need to eventually find your perfect time to switch, you know, switch to something that is stronger. 3 mils. You could also see Angmar was investing the money into Morgomir and Voldor, but heroes, they don't have the same impact like the spam does. So spam of units definitely more powerful, but also the right units. So basically, these units, they will fall off later on big time. Dudes, guys, I have now the desire to eat McDonald's, guys. I don't know why. Because like since 5 to 6 days, whatever I eat, I have no taste, you know. I don't taste anything. Whatever I was eating in the last 5 to 6 days, it was always, you know, tasting the same. But now I have the desire to go to McDonald's. So I think after the stream tonight, I will jump into my car, drive to McDonald's, and eat Big Mac, boys. Big Mac. You know, Big Mac, boys. Big Mac. 2 of them. 2 Big Macs. I'm hungry. Didn't have anything to eat but making the bread for 3 stinking days. Yeah, why can't we have some meat? Waiting patiently. Now they can turn them into the Wolf Riders. Turn them into the wolves. Wolves. Hashtag ad. Don't do it, man. Eat some proper food. Hey, Dad, what are you doing, Dad, in my channel? Didn't know that you have a Twitch account, my dad. Daddy. Nuggets. Oh, chicken nuggets. Oh, yeah. In beta, no logic, nothing works. You will lose money this way. Dude, I don't count money for eating, you know. Food is for me always when I have to think about what I need to eat because of money, then screw this life, you know. I don't save money for food. Okay, rallying call, Vorchan, big push. The pikeman not using porcupine formation, getting eaten alive. Sauron has good micro, by the way. You can see his micro, it's crazy micro, beautiful. That's like the micro heavy rewarding when you go for a trample like this. It's risky, but if you can pull it off, it's big. You see this, one more trample just on your face, son. Beautiful. Very well done. Very well done. Read all the Lord of the Rings books recreating character voices. Can you imagine that? Okay. I think this one is gonna be kind of saved, right? No? Yeah, it's gonna be saved. It's still in the range of the fortress. Good positioning by Zirael. So the fortress is gonna be able to protect us, but it was getting heavily damaged. So Sauron should be able to finish it off later on. But you can see a huge difference between this game and the previous game. In this game, the Angmar player is putting way better pressure. The micro is very important. Most people would hesitate to get a trample off, but because Sauron is a very good player, has a good micro too, he can take those risky plays. So you need more than one pikeman to protect your whole army against people like Sauron. This one has been destroyed. You have now the Lancer coming from the stable. It's a very good start into the game number 2 from Sauron. Level 1. I think you need to again find the perfect time to find a transition. Oh, beautiful trample. Very well done. Elven play is also creeping. This game isn't over until it's over. Zirael is still doing a good job expanding. He might be able to destroy this Malone tree, but the archers are hitting like a truck. It's gonna be close. Nah, he was able to finish it. That's good. That's actually very good. That's one of the starting Malone trees. All about to hit level 2. but not anymore. So we have still tier 1 spam, Wolfpacks, Pikemen, Extroverts, no transition from either player. Beautiful trample. Oh, but he lost the Trailmaster. Another one. The Wolfpacks, they can't fight against the archers. They're very vulnerable. And there comes the first counter harassment. The mill open for a potential attack. There is no defense, so it's gonna be immediately destroyed, demolished by Sauron to get the money back. The thing is, when you wait, the more you wait, the less money you will get. So when you know you can protect it, I think it's the best to just insta demolish it. If you move pikes, everything goes to yeah. Now it's not game from 2022. So we have enough for now. Okay, I mean, this can be punished big time. There is only one pikeman. I think Zirael is making the same mistake again. Sauron looking for a chance. Oh, that's a bad trample, but I think he should be still good to go. The Wolfpacks, they couldn't make it to the pikeman. There comes the war chant. Bad war chant, I think. A better rallying call from Zirael though. There comes the Felvin, but what is the follow-up? The pikemen are far away from the enemy lancers, so they can't really get enough value from the Felvin. Felvin only disabled them for a few seconds. There comes the heal from Zirael, but he still has to disengage. He lost the front line, and the enemy, the lancers, they can't fight against the pikemen. So Sauron, I mean Zirael will have to disengage, and that's exactly what he does. 475 command points against 600, so Zirael has more command points in his pocket, going for the barracks number 3, number 2, stable, and 2 barracks. And Engmar went for the second hall of the Kingsman. Again, spam, 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 spam. I think you need to mix a little bit of Black Numenorians inside the army. Black Numenorians can add so much to the table. So you get this one for 300, this one for 400. So you need to invest 700, but then you get a lot of value from it. So when you have like one Black Numenorian with the debuff, one of them is going to be enough to debuff the enemy units. In a big army fight, you don't need more than one. Because one debuff you can't stack it anyway. So one is going to be enough. Okay. Statue, multiple Malon trees. I mean, here's a lot of actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ingmar is expanding more to the top side. There are 2 mills. He's creeping the Warclear now. And getting more mills under his control. Now, at this point, it's about eco spam. Getting more command points, more money to make it to the mid to late game. Bell, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Okay, he's gonna rotate from the bottom side. McDonald's food in Netherlands? To be honest, I also don't like the McDonald's that much, but from time to time, once every 3, 4, 5 months, I like to eat it. I know it's unhealthy. I know you shouldn't eat it, but it's good from time to time, you know? Having this burger in your mouth, you know what I mean? Good fight for Sauron. The pikes, they are getting slaughtered. Oh, bad trample into the pikeman here. I mean, Elven player has just like less things to watch over. The only thing you need to do with elves is like make sure that you have pikemen in the front that can protect the archers. But Ingmar has to pay attention to much more things, you know, about his lancers. One mistake can make you lose a lot of them at the same time. So you can see way less punishment, but way more rewarding for the Elven playstyle. Beautiful clumping. This Malon tree is going to be definitely destroyed. But at this point you exchange Malon trees for armies. And at some point you need to ask yourself, am I really doing the right thing? Is the one Malon tree I destroy worth to lose 3 battalions of units? That's the one thing you need to ask yourself. I think, you know, it's about tempo too. It's about speed, so it buys you time to make you rich. You can expand at the same time. You can get more army at the same time. But again, I don't think this army, even though it's looking big, I don't think it's strong enough, you know? I mean, here's one snow troll. One snow troll. I've not seen people recruiting any hill trolls in the last 12 months. Nobody recruits them anymore. Are they too expensive or are they just not good enough? They're pretty much like the half-troll pikemen from the goblin faction. They are not very good as a counter, you know, to the horses. That's very odd pikemen from goblins and also Ingmar with the hill trolls. Because what is the point of a pikeman that can't be trampled down? It has no revenge damage. It's like a melee swordman, which is immune to trample. The best one in this case is the half-troll swordman, because half-troll swordman is not very squishy against archers, but pikemen they are. It's a huge infantry army with lots of firepower. So we have at least 4 archers inside the army. Yeah, 4 archers, swordmen, pikemen. It's very hard to, focus this down. He has now multiple pikemen to protect the archers against the snow trolls. He's looking for harassment, but he needs to be careful. Because Felwind is a thing, right? Because when you get close to the enemy pikeman, he can Felwind you, and you will lose your horses. Pikemen, they can't be sent out solo against the wolf packs. The wolf packs will eat you alive, as they do. Even in porcupine formation, you have no chance. But at this point, they are trying to split the map in 2 pieces. So Angmar has this under his control, and elves have this under his control. So at this point, they are building an army. Angmar went for the White Summon. White Summon will be used on top of the enemy army. That comes to Felwind. Remember, Whites are very tricky units. They have healing. They can regenerate to full HP with 1 single hit. So when you want to kill them, you want to kill them fast. He's gonna use the arrow or long shot. You see, they have also the Death Mask with level 2 for 100. So they make you weaker. That's a huge buff to Angmar. I can't believe it, dude. Why would you buff this units? They are already strong. There comes the big commitment. Snow trolls are getting slowed down big time. They will get shot. Too much damage output, too many archers, and one of them is gonna be insta taken down. You see how rewarding it is for Angmar to buy actually the banner, because not only the rangers but also the snow trolls are gonna benefit from it. They also unlock the charge attack, which is very, very strong. The wilds, they still keep going, by the way. Again, the healing is coming in clutch. Look, when they hit you, you see the damage. Boom, he's healing up. He's healing up non-stop. Beautiful trample one more time with the snow trolls. But you don't want to overcommit. One more. Nice. There comes the cavalry, boys. The wolf packs are eating everything. 7 power points. The power points are rising to the sky. The Malon tree has been destroyed. 15 is going to lead you to either freezing rain or to Seed. The blight, you can't go, I believe, you can't go for the giants when you pick whites. You can only go for the blight. And elves have dropped down to 775 command points. He went for Elrond, a hero we have not seen. We don't see normally very often. It's level 1 leadership. And most importantly, it's Speedy Gonzalez. So this dude is running in light speed. He's so fast, you don't need horses. I think you can catch snow trolls with this dude. That's how fast he is. So you can't disengage from him. There comes a trample into the rangers. That's a good one. 11 power points in the bank. You might go for the Elven Wood or for the Mist. Pikeman, Elrond has also good skilling with level 3. You unlock the Attilas with level... This is a very good power spike with level 5. But it's more like for nearby allied heroes. So far, Elven play has no heroes beside Elrond. This hero, you don't want to go for as your first hero. This hero is more like a supporter to units and to other heroes. Like imagine you have like, think about it. You have like higher level 8. You have the golden arrow. You can stun them. Then you use restoration and you can stun them again, you know. And also infinite healing too. I think in a hero party mode, so in which you can recruit every single hero, Elven heroes are the most annoying to deal with. Not only they are fast, they are actually one of the fastest heroes in the game. I don't think any hero can catch up to Elrond on foot, but also they have infinite sustain. Heal from the spellbook, heal from here, Arvin heal, this heal, that heal, you know, crazy. Huge army, misavoidable. And Angmar has 12 power points. It's gonna be risky because 15 is gonna mess everything up. Felwind and Blight combination, very, very powerful. Nice micro from Sauron one more time. And not any,
I will represent the men of
not any game scheduled tonight. So, and Human, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Okay, I want to see this big fight, boys. Elrond, what are you doing? You need to be closer to the army to give them leadership. Again, he has rangers. And he has the long shot. And he has the Felwind. And he has the Blight. This is gonna be the biggest wombo combo ever. So you basically Felwind, long shot and Blight. Everything is gonna get one-shotted. And then you will have a whole army with the seeds, with the whites. Haldir throwing the sword. 3 rangers, 3 long shots. It's gonna be enough. 15 power points unlocked. Ranger number 4 is joining the party. We have even hill trolls joining the party. Haldir diving in a little bit too deep. You have a lot of Lindens, they have also leadership. But again, he has the Blight, he has... Haldir, what are you doing? Run, you fool. Run, 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 run. Oh! Heal? Oh, there comes the wombo combo. Boom! Sun on your face. I mean, he didn't go for the Blight. He could have done it, and I think everything would have been killed instantly. But now they can go back to the fortress. I don't... Does he have upgrade on the fortress? No. But they are healing. Why are they healing? Is this like they're passive? Are they healing automatically out of combat? It looks like they are healing all the time. Glorfindel on the field now. 1000 command points for Ingmar, 960 for Elves. But he keeps losing stuff. Ingmar doesn't. Ingmar went for the level 3 Iron Forge. He will get the chance to get the Ice Arrows very soon. Or he can go for the Trollstone Throwers with the Ice Shot for the Siege. What Elves need are Eagles. But Eagles... What can Eagles do, to be honest with you? Maybe you want to go for a Cloudbreak. I think Cloudbreak could be actually much better. Because it will give you the chance to dive in and crush the Rangers. The Eagles, they can't really do much against the Rangers. There are just too many of them and you can actually kill them. But imagine you have like this dude here. This guy has also splash damage. So you want to... I think you, in order to beat this army, you need to stun them. Because Ingmar has no fear resistant. You need to go for Karsh and get him to level 4 to get fear resistant unlocked. But Karsh is not a good hero against Elves. The ring has dropped. Will we see the Dark Lord Sauron? Ingmar has a lot of money and 1000 command points too. So Ingmar has the time and the money to recruit the Dark Lord. Alright, so we need to take a look into the power points. The front line, the heroes, Elrond. Oh, there comes the Blight. Remember, the Cloudbreak is also, you know, countering the Blight. Some of them are turning into the Whites. The heroes are diving in a little bit too deep. Level 4, Elrond has Atelas, has to disengage. They are committing the Snow Trolls, are running through the pikemen. That's not something you want to do, but they are turning into more and more and more Whites. Glorfindel is running for his life. Haldir is also poisoned, but the heroes should be good to go. The Whites, they have not much time left, but the Barracks level 1 is going to be definitely taken down. There comes the Wolf Packs with the one ring on their head. The Lindens, they are getting bullied by the Snow Trolls in the melee range. They also need to disengage. Elves have expanded to the bottom side, which is good for them, but this is going to be enough. 12 power points in the bank for Ingmar, getting closer to the 25. 25 is going to be massive. It's going to be pretty much game-winning move. And Elves are so behind in the power points department. He still needs 2 power points for the Eagles or for the Cloudbreak. Aints are not an option, so you need to go either of for these. But trample, 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 trample. A lot of ranges unprotected in an open area. This is going to donate a lot of power points to your opponent. The Barracks is going to be actually even saved. Haldir getting stronger and stronger and 15 power point. Trust me, you don't want to play against Cloudbreak and Haldir stun. This combination of this golden arrow with the Cloudbreak plus the restoration from Elrond can actually perma stun your army. You will be stunned for like 1 minute. Glorfindel is diving in a little bit too deep. He might be actually taken down by the enemy Snow Trolls, but it looks like they are not being chased. Witch King is going to be recruited from the Ingmar player too. Very, very strong hero. I don't think you have the DPS to kill him. Quite tanky too. Elrond, level 4. 2 more levels for the restoration. Cloudbreak available, no fear resistant. Will you use Cloudbreak now? That's a big question. Again, you can't stop the heroes. There comes the Cloudbreak indeed. War Chant, Fellwind, Witch King diving in. Witch King has splash damage. White Summon, Fiesta, big Fiesta. Cloudbreak is going to be used. He's splitting up like crazy, pressing X on his keyboard. Everybody's running wild from the Witch King. And there was a great counterplay to the Cloudbreak. Very great counterplay from the Ingmar player. Witch King has gotten a bit low, but I think he should be good to go. And Cloudbreak was actually not doing much for Elves. Okay, 4 power points. 4 power points, boys. But Ingmar has... Dude, Ingmar has 18 power points. Is Atelas working also on the horses? It does. To be honest, I didn't even know that. I thought it's gonna heal up to heroes only, but actually healing up even the units. Every day you learn something new. Heal trolls with the blades and armor. I think when you get blades and armor on them, they're gonna be extremely tanky. Like super tanky. And also they can be good maybe to kill Elven heroes like Glorfindel, Haldir and Elrond. The spikes are countering heroes in this game. Oh boy, 25 is gonna be big. I mean, Ingmar has still a huge advantage. Elves are only camping, and with camping all alone you can't win. There is a huge equal advantage between Ingmar and Elves at this point. Ingmar has eventually 30% more money collected in this game compared to Elves. Elrond is level 5. Oh, level 5 unlocks the restoration, that's even better. So you have now more abilities. You can use Blade of Purity twice, pretty much. But these heal trolls, like I said before, are very, very tanky and also super strong. Look at their damage output. Look at their damage output. Heal Attilas. You can't. He's gonna use the restoration, which also heals. Now you can use Attilas. No, it doesn't reset his own abilities. There comes the Blade of Purity. After the restoration has been used, Hydra is only level 4. Yeah, he has Silverton arrows, so he's dealing constant damage, but he needs to make sure that heroes are, you know, not dying. Oh, son! It's winter is coming. Winter has come for the House of Frey. GG well played. 2-0. Sauron does it again, this time with the Ingmar faction.